Hello everyone, this is Abu Hossein Rakib. So today my presentation topic name is the innovation in maritime logistic industry of Bangladesh for doing a port transport business. So uh, this is basically a paper. So we'll describe the paper with our presentation. So first of all, the paper basically have I have described this paper basically five parts. So number one, so dry port concept is the main theme of the development port transport business, where the road, railway, and the waterway are the connectors or modes of transportation, and the seaports are the linking point with the seaworld. So the main strength of Bangladesh, we all know that the main strength of Bangladesh is connect with the seaports and offer a port transport business for earning a foreign exchange. And the port is also play a vital role to develop the South Asia also. So the intermodal for freight transportation system is the new concept for the creating the new era and the port transport business by using nodes, modes, and the technological innovations also. So in this paper, our main aim is to find the possible way to the innovation in maritime logistics for doing a port transport business by using the seaport, land port by applying quality precise methodology. So in this paper, also we find the innovation and also relate with the Rotterdam port, a case study with the facilitate the needs of hinterland in Europe, which is the explore with the innovations. So the first of all, if you see the introduction part of this paper. So we'll divide into four part of the opportunity and the strategic innovation. Number one is hinterland opportunity. Number two is infrastructure development. Number three is innovation focus. And number four is basically international benchmark. So now, if we see the introduction part, the Bangladesh has significant geological advantage in the Bay of Bengal, and if you see the innovation is very crucial for the adapting to the new environment and globalizations. Seaport are centralized, maritime logistics and global trade also, and the traditions of focus in domestic trade is seaport now the foreign exchange. So the main opportunities the international port is the transport system. So if we see the next slide, the basically it is depend on the innovation in maritime logistics. So what is the innovation in maritime logistics? Innovation basically involves with the implement in new ideas, but sometimes it's complex to the involvement of multi-stakeholder like institutes, authorities, financial organization, and the government also. So our innovation in maritime logistic goal is sustainable industry growth, though the innovation practice. So how the innovation link with this practice? There are some points up there. So number one is the transport link, the global necessity, port expansions, customer retention, sustainable focus, hinterland and foreland, and the global competitiveness. And the last but not the least, it is the environment sustainability. So there are another innovation also here, the intermodal freight transport also the data management. But these are the key issues we'll find the innovation in the maritime logistics. So now we can see that basically it is a port scenario, port transport scenario in Bangladesh. We all knows that Chittagong port, Mongla port, and Paira port. Already, because of we are student of masters in ports and shipping management, we already know all the port features. So I'll not discuss about these things. So we'll heading for the maritime logistic and the business opportunity. So how the logistic and business are get opportunity for the maritime logistics given as the business opportunity. So the huge potential for the huge potential for the international maritime logistics service, particularly for our landlocked countries like Nepal and Bhutan also. And Bangladesh has a strategic geographical location offering a port access to countries with limited seaport availability. And also it is a for integration between the foreland seaport and hinterland also. So we'll discuss the mainly two some factors driving change in maritime logistics. Like number one is the volatile environment. So what is volatile environment? It's a dynamic market, new environmental social challenges drives into the demand for the innovation solutions. And number two is the globalization and market access, changing the technology and the transport, transforming the port sectors. And number three is the political stability. This is very much creating strong transport connection with the India and the Nepal and Bhutan also. So if we see the enhancing the port and transport services, there are some intermodal freight and port management like quality management, government subsides, marketing strategies. All are the related for the enhancing the port and transport services. So in this paper, we have some methodology with these features, and there are also some literature gaps, innovations in maritime industry. So the research methodology basically is yeah, initiated at December 2014, and it's such a study case study using the Port Rotterdam of as a reference, and therefore if research are basically employing the qualitative research like methodology following new guideline and focus on the maritime port businesses research, and all of this we have a good methodology on this. So literature gap, there are some literature gap, of course, because the maritime innovation, there are no academic literature before 2005. So basically we focus mostly the port efficiency and stakeholder conflicts and the innovations, and there are some part intermodal freight rates and the critical areas for the research and development. So there are some literature gap. So this is basically the literature review. We have to find all of this paper, and we compact all of this in this slide. So, so part mainly the reference part is basically we'll discuss in the one way. So first of all, we'll see the port of Rotterdam, how it is. It's a Europe largest seaport, and we'll applying the Rotterdam innovation to Bangladesh. So how the Rotterdam port look like? So it is basically rail, road, and inland shipping, short sea, and pipelines connecting with the rest of all Europe, and also it freight from the intermodal terminal can reach the destination within 24 hours, and it is very high efficiency. And the Rotterdam port have a multi-core pipeline, like it's connected between well, chemical, gas, and improving the port space utilization, the reducing CO2 emissions, which is very important for us. And the container transferring, it's a single transfer to inland vessel, reducing the container handling of CO2 emissions. And also there, Rotterdam have a combi road and the floating crane as well as the reduce the what is floating rate? It's reduce the congestion by transferring cargo directly from the ships. So now if we apply this in this innovation in Bangladesh, the Bangladesh is similar hinterland opportunities like Port of Rotterdam international because it is a intermodal connection of landlocked countries like India, Nepal, and it is also the potential innovation for Bangladesh like multi-core pipeline can be applied to reduce the emissions and increase the efficiency, and also the container transferring. It is also reduce the handling time, also the promote the intermodal flight, and floating train itself to decongest port areas and facilitates inland cargo transport and the geological advances. So we have seen these, the rail, inland shipping, all of these. So if you see the qualitative research finding, where we find for what the things we find there. So the first of is intermodal freight transportation. Intermodal freight transportation is an expert highlight that basically need to develop a comprehensive intermodal freight system, and similar to Hong Kong and Rotterdam and Singapore also, as well as and there are some obstacles in port development like Sunadia Deep. Uh, we have the concern about the cancellations of the Sunadia Deep seaport project and the potential international influences, and also the perceived inefficiency in Chittagong port and lack of utilization of national resources for the port development. So now Now we'll discuss about the innovative ideas like proposal for Bangladesh includes number one, we have a separate highway for cargo. We'll think about the innovation ideas are the we have a separate highway for the cargo from Dhaka to Chittagong and dedicated rail track from Chittagong port to Dhaka and upgrading cargo handling system across all seaport and integrating seaport within Bangladesh and deploying skilled staff because this is very much important for the expertise and bringing the international terminal operators for efficiency our port and logistics and uh, well recommendation and suggestion for the industry experts like we take the suggestions from them so they talk about the opening seaport for the regional trade. Basically, it's government should open a port for the neighbor countries like India, Nepal, Bhutan under the reasonable terms and utilize the BBIN network. So BBIN keyword Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, and Nepal to enhance the connectivity and trade flow. And number three is the urgent need for the intermodal policy and address the lack of intermodal transport policy as current road infrastructure cannot handle the cargo road. And number five is the government role. So government took some steps and innovation steps for the infrastructure development to meet the demand of the regional and international trade. So all of these part will find out the expert solutions. So finally, we have some conclusions about this, the key findings and the future directions like innovation for board and the role for port authorities. So it is basically the regionalization and the competitive advantage by implementing the innovation from the global case studies and expert recommendation. Bangladesh can modernize its maritime logistics industry and capitalize its geological advantage, which drive drive both us the domestic growth and the regional integrity. So the future outlook for Bangladesh ports will discuss about the last slide, and this is not the strategic plot forward for the seaport development. Basically, we'll uh, divide into three parts. So immediate focus, long-term goal, and the last but not the least, sustainability. So immediate focus, we have to see the intermodal transport systems, which is very important for the maritime business, and it is modernize our port equipment also. It's improving our operational capacity and though the automatic like IT integration also. So there are some also the long-term goals. These are regional partnerships for promoting Bangladesh and also the dry port infrastructure and the hinterland connectivity for the smoother inland distribution. And sustainability is very important for our environmental issues. So we have to focus our environment for the port development, ensuring the alignment of the global standards while it is maintaining the competitive efficiency. By focusing on this innovation and studies, Bangladesh can position its ports for the sustainable increase and the global competitiveness and boost our economy development, though the expanded and trade opportunities. So this that's all for me. We'll thank you everyone. We'll discuss about the our part that will uh, the maritime logistics industry in Bangladesh. Well, the doing a port transport business. Thank you all. Thank you everyone. Assalamu alaikum.